Yeah, they would say in the Ford car because they so they were saying that probably over the road they if a sat nav and new the powered by electric, probably like that until my electric wait. So probably over the road they were yeah, they said you can, they also said you can put in you can connect your phone by Bluetooth, USB, the live radio in the cinema. They also said that a digital voice assistant, so you can just speak in, you can speak into it and say things like natural thing. They give an example like find me the nearest radio, and I think it lecture and it would show it on the sat nav. They said you can also let them with a game, so you can also tune in on a football game or on a match, with quite decent. Drive your way with user profile and reg all that. Climate change, so and you can so you can set the climate and all that. Set what time you're available to come on, and it will change your car. Charging, driver name, why you're preferring, and there are also a lot of apps. So the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto Call, the Amazon Alexa, Auto Weather, Pusher, Ford Pass, Pandora, that also wait for driving assistant, and that are media by a USB, radio, sat nav, and phone, and other your profile. So lifetime, radio, phone, and EV state. They're also over the update, so it's talking about that over the update. And they're also a dark mode and a light mode. I really think the new Ford, to me, what made it special is just the it's just the new Ford system, SYNC. Just the new Ford system. I really think it's just really nice. It's just a really nice sensitive interface. Because they got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but they also got popular like Way and Pandora and things like that, and you can tune into radio. I think that in the UI interface is gonna be probably one of the best I've seen for a long time in a car. And I think Ford trying to say something to Android. I think Ford trying to get people to actually use their car interfaces, actually use their car, actually value the car, actually make a car purchase decision on what entertainment system it got, rather than having Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. I really think that it could, rather than having Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Like I said, I think many people nowadays, just including me, just go like, well, did it at Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and then I'm done. And whatever Huawei Auto CarPlay machine would. And I think it's really good putting user app in their like ways. In a popular one is good, but The only suggestion I can see is they need to be more macho, like way good. I use way probably the best sat-nav navigator I ever use. But people use Apple Map and Google Map. People don't use Pandora, they use Spotify and Amazon Music in there. And they use Spotify and Amazon Music in there. People don't use Alexa, they use Google Assistant. I use Alexa, and it's quite nice to have Alexa in the car. That we get on about that at the end when we're talking about Android Auto. It's quite nice to have Alexa in the car, but at the end of the day, people use Siri or Google Assistant or Cortana, where Cortana is dead, according to Microsoft. But give more option forward. I like that you're taking a stand, and I think Ford trying to tell the car industry, hey, you know what? We actually need to make our user interfaces good and be competitive in that way, because I think most people is just like, well, did it have Android Auto? Did it have Apple CarPlay? And if it did have them features, then they would buy the car. Then they will buy the car. I think Ford really trying to. I think Ford is really trying to say, hey, why don't we make our user interface innovative and unique? Why don't we, instead of letting people just use Android Auto, why don't we put all the ads, what people use and use Android Auto for, and put them all there? Because that's one of the things right now. When I get a car, or when anybody get a car, I think they always look, did it have Android Auto, did it have Apple CarPlay? And if it does, they just never use that interface anymore. Because it's all there, you got your music, your map, radio, your sat-nav, and your grab book, and your messages, and your assistant. I think it's never there. I really like Alexa coming to her entertainment system. I use Alexa on my personal voice assistant, and Alexa just coming to entertainment system. It's really nice to be adding everything they announced the Echo Auto just to work with a car company and put Alexa into a entertainment system of your choice. Really, Alexa should be downloadable app, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which we can talk about. But I just really like, and I think that entertainment system is kind of gonna revolutionize entertainment system as a whole. I think Ford is trying to say, hey, why do we actually make them competitive and good? Why? I think what car manufacturers should be doing is putting the user out natively into the entertainment system, like Spotify, like Pandora, like Way or Apple Map. Instead of using Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, I think Ford doing that because they want to actually build. They're not with their car. They're not building a screen just to use Android Auto and to use Apple CarPlay. They're building a screen so the user get data out of it, and I think that's really nice. they announced two, yeah, they announced, yeah, we don't know with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay button or over the update, so we don't know with that. Although they're littered for red canter and driving mode and all that, they announced two versions, the normal one with 270 range, 0 to 60 in, I think, 5 settings, and that the performance version for £60,000, and then 250 range, no, the performance version for £40,000, and the performance version in 0 to 60 in something like 3.5 seconds, range is 370, and that's £60,000. The £100,000 deposit, and the £100 deposit you have to pay to pre-order the car, and it comes out next year, and it's a 4-door Mustang saloon. So yeah, now we don't know if they're native Android Auto and Apple CarPlay put into the display, or we don't know if it's not. So yeah, we don't know if it's native, but you know if it's native or not. It also on Pandora, which I really like, but they need, I think, if they want to get the truly working, they need to have 3 different mapping option in their own way, and maybe Google Map or Apple Map. 3 different music services, like maybe Deezer and Apple Music and Apple Music, Apple Music. So they need to have 3 of them services. So Apple Music and all them, and yes, but would I buy the car just for the entertainment system? No. There's still one problem. I don't think it feel like a car. Yes, that actually space for the driver feel more like a car to me, but again, it doesn't feel like a car compared to the EQC. Would I rather had it over the tesselle? Yes, I would rather had it over the tesselle, because to me, for a car company, for know what they had to do to a car company, and it just feels more like a car at Ford. But yeah. So let me on to the brand new tesselle truck. So tesselle the they announced a brand new truck. It's called the tesselle Cyber truck, to go along with the range, go along with the Model 3, the Model 9, and the SUV truck. It's a 4-door truck. Had a 500 range on it. The cheated tesselle, they had a cheated tesselle they had to produce with £40,000. So starting price of £40,000 compared to 90 that the Model 3 is. They had a high spec one with a 500 mile an hour range from point. 500 mile an hour range from point. 500 mile an hour range from point. Also 0 to 60 it in 2.5 seconds. So lighting. So that is incredible. And it's 4-door. It is bulletproof, and it is, I want to say resistant. When they did throw grad at it and it did shatter, but it didn't break. It just made a dent in the car. You can order one right now. it couldn't in 2020 and 2021 put a £100 reserve product. So yeah, the standard model. So they have the standard model with 250 miles an hour, 750 litre cargo, and 0 to 60 is in 6.5. They are the dual motor one with 300 mile range, 500 litre and 4.5 seconds from 0 to 60, and they are the full auto one with 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, 500 miles and 14 litre. It said today if you want to buy one, you had to put a £150 deposit down. So sorry, I got it over 51. You can add a fully set driving for £920. That's ridiculous. Fully set driving for £920. Now they said the back, Elon Musk confirmed the back to add a sunroof on. So if you want, no, not a sunroof, a solar panel roof. So if you want, you can make the back the like a roof riot from the open chin, the solar panel roof. You can do, and it will generate 50 to 75 kilowatts. So not getting up, but you can do that. That is the option. You can actually do that where I find really helpful for driver. If you're out in the desert or you can regenerate, recuperate, and put some more engine back into the vehicle. I think it's really fun for that. Now there's some screenshots of current modification, like the one where you can put a tent on the back. The one where you can put a tent on the back. So you can like put a tent and go camping in the back, which is really cool. Although the electric motor, so that really cool. That really cool. Like, if you're gonna go camping, you should do it the proper way. But when I go biking, normally when I go biking, I presume I would sleep in my car or camping. But that cool, you could put a tent on the back. That actually I think a really cool. That actually a really cool idea, and I think, yeah, it's gimmicky, but at the same time it's just a really cool idea, but a gimmicky one. A really cool idea. So the autopilot is there, the touch screen is there, so the button is so there. It has no windmill. And finally, let's talk about Elon Musk failed to say it's got. Now what they did, they got a metal ball, and they throw that ball at the ground, and it just completely shattered. It just completely shattered, and I thought that was quite funny. But I think Elon Musk did it intentionally. I think he did it intentionally because to make it infinite famous, because moment like that the media never forget. So I think he did it intentionally for that. a lot of people are saying, and to be honest, I agree with that statement. He did it intentionally. I don't think my point on. I think that it's cool what Tesla done there. I think that they are a cool company in the world, but it doesn't can open up with the rat and the key fob. But I don't think electric cars should fit the car, but you know it got added by gas and petrol and oil and diesel, and I think the car just should feel like a normal car, and I think the Ford feel like a normal car, and I would rather the Ford than the Tesla. And I also think the Ford user interface entertainment system is a lot better than the Tesla. Having Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, still there no Android Auto and Apple CarPlay on the Tesla, where it ridiculous. I know it had built-in radio, had custom radio, and had Spotify in it, but it not the same comparing. It's not the same, and not having doing that and saying, oh, you ain't got Android Auto this. No, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay is the inferior one. And yeah, so now I was gonna compare all three of them after I told you a little bit about the Ford and the Tesla. So we're gonna compare all three of them to the Mercedes EQC, the car that I said I would get when I'm older, and the car and my dream car. What did I think of those? I still think the Mercedes is gonna be my dream car because it just feel like a normal car. It just feel like a normal car, a normal premium car, but just with an electric engine in, or with an engine powered by electricity or battery. And yeah, the Ford kind of feel that, and it did have that nod, it did have that like display in front of you to feel more like a traditional, like a traditional car, but it's not the same as having a button where you can, not the same having a compartment, not the same having tuck on the wheel, and the Mercedes just feels like a normal car, and it's a normal SUV, and I prefer SUV. I don't know what Ford thinks about SUV, but that is more like a that looked like more one of them boy Mustang should be it should not have the name, but at the end of the day, a lot of it still feel like a Mustang. A lot of it still feel like the Mustang, and that fine. That fine. Ready to love, ready to move. That fine. They're your star. They're blue, grey, and red. So they're different style. They're different trim, fully chart. And to be honest, I think the Mercedes EQC is much better to me. It feels like a normal car. It is a normal car, and it looks like a normal car. And I like Tesla for I think Tesla done a good job for over 10 years in the market. getting anybody to more anything more electric, getting anybody to the reality that we can't be driving big V8 Chevy Mustang run the track. And I think Teddy got up to that reality. And I thank Teddy for that. But like, to me, I'm a car lover. I love cars. And I think the full entertainment system is probably the best I see on a car. Cause it put in all the car, all the app what you use on your phone, right button natively on the entertainment system. But again, the full dump, to me, yeah, it does look like a motor car, more than natural car. It had a display for the driver, it had button on the steering wheel, it had a physical knob where you can turn it up and down. But again, it still don't feel like a car. I don't know. Maybe the feature is minimalistic in a car cockpit. But for me now, that just don't feel car-y and don't scream car to me. I don't know. It don't scream car to me. Orden has sat-nav what detect charging point when you're going on a route and adding that charging point on the route, where I find really good. Orden a charging point where you can do that. Orden have big display, not a big. Although the Mercedes is a little bit. Orden have the Mercedes 0.5 compared to the 4 with a 15.5 and the Tesselle with a 15. I think or then you high-speed supercharger with your mobile devices, or then have the two of them had a digital voice system. The two of them had Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And I just think that I was gonna pick between out of all three of these, I will pick with the Mercedes. If I was gonna pick the cheapest and the best for the money, I will pick the Ford, not the Tesselle. I'm sorry, but I think the Tesselle is decent for the price. You're gonna get a good money out of the price. I think more people will buy the Tesselle at that price point because they know Tesselle is the king of the electric car. But for me, if I were getting a £40,000 option, I would go with the low spec Mustang. Yeah, maybe because of that entertainment system, but it feels more like a car. And it looked more like a car. Even though it looked stupid calling it a SUV, but it actually has but a bit of suspension. It feels more like a car. And the other thing about the Mercedes in the SUV got a lot of boot space for putting things like badge in the back, shopping in the back, and all the putting things like that all in the back, and that is really good. And you know the Mercedes is the more expensive, starting at £70,000. It is starting at £70,000. It is the more, and the AMG starting at £72,000. It does feel like the more premium car, and the AMG premium line. The AMG premium line starting at £72,000. it does feel like the more premium car, the more car-y, and it looked like the more car. I do have to say that it does feel like that. Even though the Mercedes is the more expensive with the AMG Premium Plus line going for £74,000. It is a lot of money, but it does feel worth it, and it does feel unique. Maybe time will change. Maybe I would agree with the 4, because I do think the 4 is the better car for a lot of people, and it is a better car because of the price range. But I do like the Mercedes because it feels more like a car. But if I would have to pick out an all-electric car, it comes down to D3. And if I had to pick out a D3, it would go Mercedes first, Ford, and Tesselle. Maybe it would go the different for the lot of way, but that in my lineup, and that's what I would go. And next topic we go into. Next topic we will go into is Waze in Google Maps. Today, Waze in Google Maps in Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Today detect charging point when you're in an electric car going from point A to point B. No, they don't. Should they detect charging point? That's the only bad advantage. They don't detect charging point when you're going from A to B. Google Maps or Waze don't detect charging point in your journey when you're going from A to B, and that is just really disappointing. They don't detect charging point when you're going from A to B. Should they? I think they should. I love Waze. I think Waze is the best out of Apple Maps, Google Maps, mainly because it's more visually appealing to me, more cartoony, more anime. But I love Waze. But it doesn't detect charging point. And when I'm going on long trip, that is just really bad, because it just doesn't detect charging point. And that is just really bad. Should Waze detect charging point? I think they should. Should Google Maps detect charging point? I think Waze should be good, but they don't detect charging point. Where is insanely annoying. They don't detect charging point, where I don't like. Where it insanely annoying. Should they detect charging point? Yes, but they don't. Right now they don't. So I don't know how I would feel in an electric car using Waze and Google Maps and Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. I probably would still in a Mercedes or Ford, but I don't know how I would feel comfortably with them using it. So yeah, I don't know how I would feel with them using it. But yes, I just don't know how I would feel using Waze, because it doesn't detect charging point when I'm going on a journey or on a journey. Where it's a bit of a nonsense. I hope Waze can update that in a 3 month or in a 3 year, or in a 3 week, or right now. Can you detect charging point when you're in an electric vehicle, or I don't know. Can Waze not do that? Or can I have a charging point? That is one thing that you need to point out for Waze and Google Maps, and I think that really cool and different. So Yeah, but I love waiting. I think that's what they need to do. But we haven't got time to talk about that. Sorry, they did a short episode because I would have did it a bit late. I don't normally do it at the time. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next Guardian in the Gamer podcast. Bye. Thank you. And what do you think? Will you borrow the let me know in the comment section below. Bye, guys.